I'm hiking to my tent location. It's not a big hike, but you know, you do go through some trees and foliage. Here we go. Yeah, I see it. There's my sawhorse I'm gonna use to process the wood. And here's my home away from home. Sweet. It's time to get set up. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out at the campsite. I just tucked myself into the tent. Got the stove going. It's a nice 50, 60 degrees in here, which is pretty amazing when it's like really cold out there. But I got my little buddy too, because I didn't get here in enough time to chop up a lot of wood. So I got the little buddy with the 20-pound propane tank. So I'll probably light that up later on when the fire goes out, and just kind of go from there. It's nice in here. Feels just like my apartment. And yeah, it's just relaxing. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh. It's 4 something in the morning, and I just had to get up and go pee. And I'm sleeping, you know, so much better than the first time I slept out here. I did have to zip up the front door a little bit so I could keep the heat contained in here with my little buddy heater. I'm gonna light the fire in the morning so I can cook me up some breakfast. I'll do a video of that. I'm gonna go back to bed. But the sleeping bag is great. I'll do a review on that tomorrow. And it's a good night. It's a good night. You know, I'm sleeping okay. No problems. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Peace. I'm up. It's 8 o'clock. I slept pretty good. I'm going to get this fire started. Because it's cold out here. I got my fire starter stuff right here in the middle. You see how easy that lights. And I'm going to maybe some biscuits with this Dutch oven and some eggs and scrapple. Don't anybody tell my wife. Okay, so I'm gonna check you guys later. I'll make me some coffee, and yeah, we're gonna get some heat going. All right, talk to you later. Okay, I got the Dutch oven in the middle. Got the biscuits inside, as you can see. We're just gonna let that just kind of work itself out with the fire. Yes, there's a high probability that I don't know what I'm doing and I may burn my biscuits, but it's all right. It's all right. I got oatmeal as backup. So I'm gonna go inside and fry me up some scrapple and eggs in a few minutes, because I know that won't take very long, but I got to get the stove going so I can get the heat going so I can cook me up some food. So it's cooking with Will in the woods. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Okay, I finally got the stove going. the fireplace going. And I'm going to throw some scrapple on top of this skillet. And I'm going to cook me up some breakfast. The biscuits are still going. I'm going to check on them in a few. But it's going to take a minute for that cast iron stove to kind of heat up. And I'm hoping I did it right so it heats up all evenly. Or I'm going to have me some burnt biscuits. But that's all right. Enough butter and jelly will fix that. So I'm going to cut me up some scrapple and slap it on here and just let everything just kind of cook itself out. Aight. Okay, they're a little crispy, but they're all right. They're all right. Fire's going. Oh, let's check the scrapple. All right, it's sizzling. It's sizzling. Okay. We're still good. I'm gonna throw some jelly and butter on these biscuits and eat a couple. Fun in the woods, cooking with Will. So I'm sitting here in my tent and, just chilling, waiting on my boy James to show. And I just saw like 3 wild turkey just run by. And I'm like, dag, okay. Not that I know how to hunt. I wouldn't know what to do with the turkey if I did kill it. But that was kind of cool. Yeah, I just wanted to share that. Next time I'll be quicker with the camera and be able to show you guys some actual wildlife in the woods. So that's all. I'll tell you guys later. Peace. This is a good get you to cut down right here. When I come back. That one too. That makes a nice firewood. So I'm out here with the guys. We're grilling up some hamburgers because, James wanted a hamburger. He greedy.
He's a beef eater.
He's a beef eater. But, yeah, it's cool.
Sizzle, man. That's exciting.
So I'm up late. Not ready to go to bed yet. It's like about midnight, and I'm just looking at the fireplace, and I thought I'd do some reading, because that's what my social media consultant told me. And she said I should read from the book. So I figured, okay, why not? Reading with Will. So, I figured I'll start with the first book. If you guys can see, Apocalypse Reckoning. I got it on my Kindle. And, I think I'm just going to read the first chapter for tonight, and then maybe do some writing. So the prologue says, "This book is part of a lifelong dream I've had since I was a teenager. I grew up reading comic books, watching Star Trek, and playing with lightsabers. I was a nerd from birth and learned to turn my geeky nature into an imagination for excellence. Raised in the church to believe in God, I came to understand that if I could imagine accomplishing a thing, I could create and achieve anything. Fortunately, I didn't grow up in the age my parents did, where the color of my skin created impenetrable walls to my dreams. I grew up in a time where the walls are still there, but they are thinner and can now be broken if you're relentless. I have had a lot of real heroes in my life that have taught me to never give up, no matter the odds or the countless rejection. They taught me that if you never quit, you will eventually overcome. I lost one of those heroes in a terrible accident in 2019, and my heart still aches with his absence. He was a dear friend who would have loved reading this book and would be tripping to hear the audible version. So with a heavy heart that is still full of hope, I am dedicating this book to my friend Jeffrey Sumter. May you rest in power. P.S. Yo, Jeff, I did it." That part always kind of chokes me up. Me and Jeff used to listen to audiobooks all the time, and we would constantly be sharing stories with each other about different book series that we were just really digging. So I think he would have really liked this book series. Chapter 1, The Beginning of the End. Where do we begin when the beginning is the end? Tomorrow. The blisters on his feet burst as the boots slam into the wet ground beneath him. Panting with exhaustion, he tries not to let his fear overwhelm him as he races through the rain. His body already bloody and bruised from narrowly escaping his first encounter with the pack. He runs deeper into the darkness, praying he is heading in the right direction. He gags on the polluted rainwater running down his throat and doggedly slogs through the muddy terrain. The acid rain pummels his body, drowning his shame for abandoning his only friends to their fate. The oily, disease-ridden deluge runs down his burned, mutilated face, and he spews out the foul wetness. Feeling slightly queasy from the storm sickness, he ignores the issue, knowing he will recover if he can find shelter soon. But his immediate concern is the pack of monsters hunting him. Despite the thunder and lightning, he can hear the things trying to track him through the downpour. The burned man stumbles, trembling with exhaustion, almost falling. He knows he barely survived the fall, the treacherous swim through the icy river, and is in no shape to battle the mutant wolves stalking him. Shivering and soaked to the bone, freezing from the adrenaline. Shivering, soaked to the bone, freezing, the adrenaline is the only thing keeping the hypothermia at bay. The miraculous nanites in his bloodstream may have saved him earlier, but have since gone dormant with the depletion of their energy reserves. He has only his wits and strength of will to survive. He understands that exposure may kill him. Dying from the elements is still preferable to having the flesh ripped from his bones by his pursuers. The burned man pauses briefly to catch his breath and get his bearings. He knows he cannot afford to get lost now when he is so close to freedom. He glimpses something huge out of the corner of his eye, and he quickly falls to his knees to hide in a ditch of freezing mud. The ominous shadow melts out of the dark rainstorm, and the man can smell the thing's putrid, wet fur. He lays completely still as the malicious creature skulks closer to where he is. The burned man shivers from the freezing, filthy rain, and the growing terror erupts out of every cell in his body. Trying to calm himself, he runs through the facts about what he knows about these monsters. Blood wolves are the augmented, mutated science experiment created by the sadistic Dr. Zane. They have all the attributes of a wolf, but enhanced with intelligence, speed, and strength. Some of the beasts even possess accelerated healing, but the most terrifying thing is their ability to induce panic and fear in their prey. The burned man grinds his teeth, wrestling with the panic that wants him to run screaming into the night, for they will surely catch him. The thing moves closer to him, but still hasn't detected his presence. The demon wolf howls, and his call is answered by multiple merciless wails in the rain. They are all around me, the burned man thinks to himself, feeling the fear begin to unravel his resolve. The murderous mutant is so close, the burned man can count the black hairs on his huge paw. The burned man feels another surge of panic try to overtake him, and he squeezes his eyes shut so tightly his head begins to pound. The burned man holds his breath and submerges himself deeper into the mud, praying the thing doesn't step on him. The wolf beast emits another guttural growl, roaring into the storm, and the man clamps down on his fear, biting his tongue to prevent him from screaming. Oily ice crystals begin to form on his back, freeze burning his body, and yet the burned man still holds his breath, not moving. His lungs burn with the urgency for air, and red sparks begin to explode beneath his eyelids. The blood wolf snarls, knowing his prey is close, but the raging storm is confusing its senses. The nightmarish creature howls in frustration and pounds the wet earth with a huge paw, and the burned man feels the animal's hatred. As the last embers of oxygen leave his lungs, and the burned man prepares himself to die, knowing he will stand little chance fighting the whole pack without weapons. Then, without warning, the creature becomes rigid and cocks his head to the side, as if listening to something. He then lopes off into the darkness, never noticing how it was so close to its prey that it had literally brushed against the man's ear. The burned man waits another excruciating second, and then bursts out of the mud, desperately gulping air into his asphyxiated lungs. Gasping, shaking, trembling, and thanking God, the man rolls onto his back and cries. Suddenly, he feels something furry brush against his leg, and the burned man fiercely spins around to face a little dog. The puppy faces him, shivering, wet and filthy. A little brown mutt, a mix of Doberman, pit bull, and wolf. One of the last experiments of the old world. The burned man stares open-mouthed at the animal, and the dog stares back unafraid. The burned man then throws a glob of mud at the dog. "How did you find me?" The dog easily dodges the mud and bounds into the burned man, knocking him on his back, licking all over his muddy, mutilated face. The man laughs, hugging the dirty dog as they both roll around in the mud. Slowly the adrenaline fades, and the death-numbing cold begins to seep in. The burn man slowly rises to his feet. "We've got to get moving, Blue," the burn man says wearily to his last remaining friend. The little dog looks up at him and barks once quietly. Then the bird man and Blue head off into the darkness, away from their enemies, to find food, shelter, and hope. I'm going to end right there. And I'm going to read more. Don't worry. Next time I'm out here. I kind of like reading out here in the woods. It kind of adds almost a surreal kind of atmosphere for me. But I think I'm going to end right there. I'm a little tired, and I want to do some writing on book 3. So if you guys enjoyed this, please hit me up, write me, give me a comment, something, and I'll keep going. I'll read the whole book if you want me to. But really, I think the audio actor that I hired to do this book is better than me. But I'm going to have fun doing it anyways. So I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. Okay? Love you guys. Good night. Hey, good morning, guys. I've been up for a little bit. Got the fire going. Gary make me some breakfast. And want to do a quick video. I'm having wild Zora paleo meals to go. It's like an organic flaxseed and coconut with blueberries and strawberries. Doesn't require any milk or sugar, just some hot water. And it says it has like 520 calories. Okay. So this little packet will definitely be my breakfast. So sounds pretty good. Cool. I think I got like maybe 4 or 5 hours sleep last night, but actually I feel pretty good. I'm gonna do a little bit of writing. But I want to do a video on prioritizing the priorities. So many of us are living these super busy lifestyles that aren't productive for what we really want to do with our life. So often everything is an emergency, everything is a crisis, everything is a priority, except us. And, in just thinking about this video, with a lot of people I talk to, we can't be the last person on the priority list. I know that sounds like we're being selfless, like we're being so giving and blah, blah, blah. But really the truth of the matter is is that if you're not good, if you're not taking care of yourself, you are actually hurting everyone else around you because you're not giving them their best you. You're not even close to it. I don't even think a lot of us know who our best self is until we start applying self-love and self-care. And so that's why I go out into the woods, man, pretty much every other week to write, spend time in nature, just, do some meditation, some prayer, and I just enjoy the peace and quiet. Every now and then I'll call a client, I'll do a counseling session in the woods, and they think it's kind of neat and it's kind of fun. And it's just, to me, it's a priority because this is one of the ways I recharge myself. The other way is I go to the gym, I go to church, I go to Bible study. I spend time with friends. James and Kevin came out last night and we just sat around the fire and we just told jokes and had a good time. And it was just, it was just a great, re-energizing moment for me. And I think so many of us are missing those moments, or we feel guilty when we do try to take care of ourselves. And you definitely shouldn't feel guilty about that. We have to create the space for us to grow and to strengthen our mind, body, and spirit. And that has to be intentional. That has to be on purpose. It can't be an accident or a fluke or an event that only happens once a year when you go on vacation. It has to be something you do at a minimum, at least weekly. And mind you, I do little stuff for myself every day. Because I have a lot of stress. I remember I was telling a friend that, not even to toot my own horn or dramatize what I go through. I told him, I said, look, man, you don't know the stress and pressure that I'm under, not just from what I do for a living in listening to other people's problems all day long, and problem solving, but also in my home life, in dealing with my own relationships and my own goals. Every time you make a goal, every time you try to go to that next level, you have to understand you're going to have to deal with the pressure and the challenges of expanding your territory, of rising to the next goal. All those things will require stress, and not all stress is bad, but how you process stress is essential, because a lot of us are just accumulating stress and we're not processing it. We're not learning from it. We're just absorbing it, and we have a limited capacity to handle mess, so I'm just encouraging you guys, get into some things for yourself, whether it's exercise, nutrition, massages, paint night, yoga. It doesn't matter. You got to start doing something for you because you are a priority. And don't let anybody else tell you that you're not. Okay? Love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace. So I forgot to tell you last night, as I was sleeping. Well, actually I wasn't sleeping. I was still writing. And you guys know my first two books, if you've read both of them, have mutant spiders in it because spiders scare me. Okay, I don't like spiders at all. So I write about things that are kind of real to me. And my friend Tiffany has a little bit of arachnophobia, and she had to put the book down because she was so scared of spiders. But that's neither here nor there. So anyways, I'm writing last night, and this huge spider crawled into my tent. And I'd seen it before and just, didn't mess with it, because I don't have any bug spray or anything. And I tried to get it before, and that thing was so fast. It was ridiculous. So it's in here, and obviously, because it was warm. I guess it was coming in here because it was warm. And so it's crawling around, and it's staring at me, and it's crawling underneath the fireplace. And so I try to get it. and it scampers off. Tried to burn it with my long candlelight match thing. It scampered off. I mean, and this thing is super fast, which was creeping me out even more. So then, and it keeps coming back. You know, it scampers off, then it comes back. So then it's crawling over top of my wood pile, and it's just staring at me. And you know, my imagination, it's late at night. My imagination is tripping. And I'm thinking about my story where the spiders are sentient. They have a mind of their own, and they're vicious. And so I pick up my little orange shovel. I got it around here somewhere. Anyways, just pick up my little orange shovel, and I wait, and then I just slam it down on that sucker, and I get it. And I was like, woo! But you know, guts flew everywhere. It was a big spider. It was a big spider. That's the most dangerous thing that's happened in the woods. You know, and I know a lot of people are like, that's why I don't go to the woods. I mean, there's gonna be spiders. I think I saw a snake 3 months ago when I was walking around on the other side of the property. I mean, this is the woods. This is where they live. But in the decades of me camping and being in the woods, I've never run into anything dangerous that has hurt me. I just don't like spiders. So, you know, I mean, it wasn't a black widow, and it wasn't a brown recluse or anything like that. I think it was a huntsman spider. I'm not sure, but it was fine. I just want to tell you guys that funny story. Okay, so I'll talk to you later. Peace. Woo! Okay, that was the end of this weekend adventure. I had a great time. I think the guys had a great time. They came out to visit. They're gonna come out the next time, and I think they're gonna sleep overnight. So we'll see. But right now I'm heading home. Need to shower, shave. I look like a little mountain man with all this dust in my beard, and yeah, I smell like campfire smoke. But it's cool. It's cool. It's a nice little adventure, and I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me and watching my videos. I think I'm gonna call this series Black to the Woods. One of my friends had said that, you know, because, you know, you generally don't see a whole lot of black people going out for adventures in the forest, and as James says, the jungle, doing a lot of hiking and backpacking. So you know me, I'm always trying to be different. So stay tuned and watch my crazy misadventures with being in the forest. Okay, thanks guys, see you soon, bye.